Hi there, let's take a look at your Chapter 6 submission and just fix the little tweaky things that the system wants to see for your next submission for the score to go a little bit higher. So on the screen I have the results from the My IT Lab system, and we'll just walk through the steps as best we can, trying to keep this in small chunks. All right, so I'm going to start with step 3. On the sales worksheet, insert a table with headers in the range A15 through J12. I've already downloaded the file that you submitted and I have it open here. And so I'm on the sales sheet and I'm clicking within that range and I can see that there is not a table present. You have the filter arrows, so things have been sorted and filtered, but the table is not present. So click on a cell, for example, A15 is a good one to be on. Under the Insert tab, I'm just going to click on Table, Insert Table. It should automatically recognize the A15 through J12 because of the way the data is structured, so that's great. Make sure there's a check mark here, my table has headers, and click OK. Once that's added, then we should earn all the points, and that's going to bump us up a lot. It's going to create that table. All right, keeping on the sales worksheet, in cell J5, type subtotal, and you got most of the points here, so I'm going to click the red box with the white arrow to see what about it didn't like. So in cell J16, the formula was not set to units times retail price. So I'm going to look in your J column. Oops, I'm going to scooch this over. Maybe even a little more. There we go. So in our J column, I see. So you have it mathematically correct. Oh wait, no, B16. All right, so you have B16 times retail price, but you have B16 as an absolute value. Yeah, and B16 will not be an absolute value. We want B16 to change to B17, B18 as we go down as we copy this down. Okay, so back up to J16. We're going to remove this part of it and we're going to change it to be the name units. I'm going to start typing in UNI and see I can choose it here. It recognizes the name. So don't just add a name. Make sure that Excel recognizes it. Then double click to accept it. Oops, I got to delete all the existing stuff and just have units times or multiplied by retail price. All right. I'm going to press enter. It should update it. Oh yeah, and you could see, right, the results changed. So it changed for the whole column, and that's what Excel wants to see. Units times retail price. All right, so that one's good. Copy the range A15 to J15 into cell A1. All right, let's get that part done. So I'm going to go up to A1. All right, so let's go ahead and do this together. Scrolling over a little bit. I'm going to select A15 through J15. I'm going to press copy on my keyboard. You can use the copy command either way. And then I'm going to paste it up here. And I bet you already recognize this. You're already thinking to yourself, oh, I did this in the chapter. We're setting up an advanced filter. And you're exactly right. That's exactly what we're doing. We're taking these labels and then we're going to add the criteria by which we'll filter the data. Okay, back to our instructions. Where are you? Here you are. Type receptionist in in G2 type receptionist, in I2 type card. Okay, back over J2. Oh, sorry, G2 type receptionist. Will it pull it up for me? No. Reception. All right, here you're going to find my horrible typing skills. Receptionist. And then the other one was, darn it, I forgot. Type receptionist and an I2 type card. All right. So we'll type those in. And, right, so by the way, they have to be exactly as they appear in the table below, right? I could have just looked down there. All right, next up, create an advanced filter. As filter the criteria range, yep, as the list range. Filter the list in place, got it. All right, so let's do the advanced filter first. So back to the sales sheet under data. Click the advanced command. We're going to filter the list in place. The instructions tell us that. The list range is here and the criteria range. So I'm going to click my mouse in criteria range just like I did this in the chapter. There's, should only be through J2. There's my criteria range, and click OK. And then down here, we can see now that the records are filtered. So that's what we want. All right, next up, copy the filtered data from the table on the sales worksheet and place it on, oh, you have some points here, so what didn't it like? Yep, the advanced filter was not detected. All the other, oh, all right, so all the other instructions were done. So those are the only two things that we have to correct, is that we added the criteria range. All right, step 7. In the sales worksheet, use the subtotal function to complete the following. In H7, insert a formula that counts the number. In H8, that's sums and sums. All right, yeah, okay, all right. Let's see what it didn't like. H7, H10 was not set to subtotal 3 category. Okay, taking a look at it. Oh, all right, so not subtotal 2, but subtotal 3. Good. And then it didn't like 10, which is the average of retail price. What didn't it like about that? The formula was, oh, so you have the average. It wants the subtotal. So going back to your sheet, we want subtotal, and we want to use the average, so that's why we do the 1, and we do it for, what are we subtotaling? I forget. What are we subtotaling? Retail price. Retail, there it is, retail price. Okay, wrap that up, press enter, and those, what else didn't it like? Oh yeah, okay, so that's the same thing. H7, ooh, H9, the result was not what it thought it should be. So let's take a look at your H9. Where are we here? H9. Oh, and we want the sum. So, is that 9? Oh yeah, it is 9. Oh, not subtotal. The second one should be, oh yeah, of the subtotal field. What doesn't it like about it? The REIT in H9, the value should be 181.43. Which I know is not what we, oh, it is what we have. Don't correct that one. Let it remain as it is. I wonder if, yeah, the correct result is displaying now because we applied the advanced filter. I'd have to think that through a little more, but leave it alone. I think it'll give you the points back when you submit it again. Okay, that's H9, H10, right, that'll be corrected based on your earlier corrections. All right, step 8, we're getting closer. On the sales worksheet, using the range table 1, insert a pivot table. The pivot table was not set to, let's take a look. For the pivot table on pivot table 1. Oh, that's my, don't worry about that error message. Oh, I'm coming to the end of my recording time. Let me quick, here's our pivot table, A12 through, and what did it not like? Pivot table location through D41. Oh yeah, it's not through D41. All right, so that means something is a little off about the pivot table, that the results are not displayed the way it's expecting. All right, so I'll make another video to continue on, make the changes that I've already seen, and then we'll clean up the rest of these points in just a minute.